I say, my name goes here.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, this is Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist, and you're listening to It's Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Eric and Jordan here with you, talking about television, movies, streaming updates, all those fun things that you need to know about. There's just so much going on, and we are going to break everything down for you and tell you what you need to waste your time on going into this fat N-word summer.
Eric,
right, hold on.
it is Pride Month. It is gay N-word summer.
It is gay. All right, here's the thing. I just forgot what we talked about during the break isn't in the show. So people listening on iHeart and everyone else is like, wait, what? Why is he saying that?
Not one person knows.
Oh my God, I'm going to get phone calls. All right, we're going to have to bring it to the show next week.
The European Union is going to take our show off the air, Eric.
I know.
How dare you?
For the non-radio listeners, people viewing and everything, I'm wearing a hat for the first time, and God knows how many years. I haven't wore
I don't think I've seen you in a hat.
A baseball hat in many, many years. I just don't wear them.
So funny.
But this was new merch from our pal Chad Dukes. I liked it because it's got an aquatic theme, which I don't know why, because he's nothing of a fisherman, of a swimmer, any of that stuff.
He's been doing that a lot, like where his the records have the octopus, and he's always down at the Outer Banks. It makes sense. It's just yeah. Right. I like the color. Very light.
There you go.
Here, do a big shot of you. I want to see the logo. Do a one shot.
Okay, yeah. He really likes the trucker hat thing. I'm not a big trucker hat fan, but when he was showing
That's a nice hat.
a couple weeks ago on his stream, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I like the color. So here's the problem. I have it loosened up as much as I can. I got a giant head.
Big fat head.
So it doesn't really sit like there's a problem trying to wear it. So unless I wear it like this, I don't know anybody who still does this anymore because that looks stupid. But,
oh wow, that's literally all I do.
Yeah, I can't rock the baseball cap anymore. But anyway, if you want to go get one, go over to ChadDukesShow.com, and I think he has the links there for all that stuff. But how often do you find stuff that's in the teal that matches our show?
Like that was like I said, that's a nice color choice.
Anyway, when we go through all this stuff, we tell you everything that you need to watch, but we start off by telling you what we have been watching. Jordan, what are you up to? What have you been watching?
I watched that new movie, Sinners. I never got around to going to the theater. I was going to go check it out. It's with Michael B. Jordan. He's playing twins, and it's like the Prohibition days, and they're running a gin joint, and then vampires come. It's very reminiscent of From Dusk Till Dawn. The only difference is that the twist going in, where with From Dusk Till Dawn, it was one movie, and then it became a vampire.
They were zombies.
No idea. Yeah, they were dead the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. It's very, very good. So much.
Hold on, I'm going to pause that. I know it was a vampire movie. It was a joke. Go ahead. I'm telling people in the future that they're wrong.
You're already starting the hate mail. But yeah, very good movie. Michael B. Jordan does really well playing twins. I think this is probably one of the more convincing same actor playing two different character roles that you've seen in a while.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I know that they're talking about trying to do a sequel for it. The director kind of doesn't want to do that. It doesn't. I mean, I get wanting to do it. I don't think they need to do it. I think this movie stands pretty well on its own, but I really, really, really enjoyed it. So I've been watching that. Like I said earlier on, we were talking about the Switch 2. I've been playing that a little bit today. I'm going to get into some of the features next week. Maybe have a bigger review of the system itself and maybe some of the features. And then I've been listening to Aesop Rock. He's got a new album out. I was listening to a couple songs a couple weeks ago. Full album's out now. It's really good. He's solid as usual. All American Rejects has put out a couple new songs. They're hyping up a lot of things.
They're doing that tour.
So there's a couple of things. So the two songs I've been listening to are Easy Come, Easy Go, which is really good, and Sandbox. What's funny about them is they're going around the country and just doing random shows at like someone's house. Someone has
house
a farm,
party shows.
So they're doing house party.
They're
shows.
doing fraternity and sorority houses as well.
It's fantastic.
Didn't somebody else do the fucking Greek life parties too? Or what was it? Less Than Jake?
May have been Less Than Jake.
No, that doesn't seem like Less Than Jake. Somebody did a thing where they were touring for frat houses, but it was like late 90s, early 2000s. So it's been a long time.
And this is what this kind of harkens back to, is that those early days of touring and doing those kinds of shows. The lead singer also just started an OnlyFans. I don't know what the content is yet. I don't know if it's...
Is he using it for what the literal definition of OnlyFans was for? It meant to be
maybe
to bring artists in their fan base together?
Yeah, probably. It's great marketing. Like
oh my God, I found his OnlyFans.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Would you have OnlyFans bookmark? What are you doing?
No, I just searched them and here it is. Look, this is the welcome clip on it. Move along like you know I will. That's how it goes.
Move along.
Go ahead.
So he started an OnlyFans. His name is Tyson Ritter. I'm trying to find his quote about it. He goes,
when you hear my name, hope it gives you hell. Hope it gives you hell.
Tequila.
There you go.
So he quoted, I think most people don't realize that OnlyFans was a product of the pandemic that started as a Patreon for artists. And then it was infiltrated by a genre that made it become a bit of a trope. It's a platform that's offering...
Didn't OnlyFans exist before the pandemic?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
I wasn't into porn then.
No, I had a co-host that went full OnlyFans, so that's why I was trying to figure it out.
Offering the experience where the artist can set the price, and it's artist to fans. There's no middleman. There's no subscription cost unless the artist chooses to do so. That seems to be a good thing.
November 2016.
Wow.
So it was around long before the pandemic.
So yeah, he's doing an OnlyFans. All American Rejects are behind him doing it. I don't quite know what his full content is. Now, he is pretty suggestive on stage. Oddly enough, my kid loves, like, we've seen them live a couple times together, me and my daughter, and she, like, sings all the songs. Like, she's way into it. So it's something I'm going to keep away from her.
Swing from the...
Swing from the tendrils of
my heart. Yeah.
So,
I would go see All American Rejects. I do enjoy them.
They're a fun show. Like, I wasn't into them when I first saw them, and then they grew on me, and then I started listening to their music a little bit more. Saw them again this past February, and then last night, me and the kids were doing some karaoke in the living room. We're throwing a big party for my daughter next week, and we were doing some All American Rejects, and they're fun. They're a fun band.
There's a concert touring that, if I still actually went to concerts, I think I would actually entertain going because it seems like it'd be a fun show. It's Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne.
Is it Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne? Because the one that's coming here, I think it's Simple Plan and Bowling for Soup. But maybe I'm wrong.
No, she extended her Greatest Hits tour through 2025. Nice. The tour begins in late May and continues through June. Oh, so it's just like a month or so of dates.
Oh, okay.
But it's her, Simple Plan, and We the Kings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought I remember seeing something like that. I know what you're talking about, too, that Simple Plan's doing that other thing. But
yeah, because, they're doing another tour. Yeah, now's the time where a lot of people are announcing a lot of summer stuff. So there's a couple more bands that are doing stuff along the summertime, and I'm like, I may have to go again. I did do another. So like we talked about, I went to Neil deGrasse Tyson where they're doing, he's doing more talks and stuff like that. I actually booked another one that I'm taking my brother to. Some of the stars from Twin Peaks are doing like a Q&A that I'm going to go do.
Who?
So the guy who played Laura Palmer's dad, Laura Palmer herself.
Wait a minute. Leland. No.
Yeah, Leland's gone.
Damn it. I have to look him up here. Hold on.
Yeah. So Laura Palmer, the person, what's her name? This is riveting. We do this.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
But yeah, they're doing a Q&A like across the country. David Duchovny's not going to be a part of it because he's just announced he's doing an acoustic guitar set. He's going to be in Arizona for that.
Do you remember that song?
Which one?
David Duchovny, Why Don't You Love Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. David Lynch will be there. He's doing an exclusive meet and greet, but it's going to be gross.
Ray Wise.
Yeah,
that was the guy. He was also in a show that was I guess
Where
it was
the devil.
Yeah, where it was on the CW.
Yeah, it was on the CW. It was early day CW, like mid 2000s maybe.
Yeah, hold on, because I actually liked that show.
Isn't it the one where he had the other guy kind of being like a Reaper? Was it Reaper?
Yeah, that's what it was, Reaper. Yeah,
it was Reaper.
And they were some enchanted item that he had to use. It was like playing a video game. It's like one time he had to suck up a demon soul or whatever by using one of those little hand vacuum things. But yeah, Ray Wise is he's
great
actor.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing that. A few other actors. I'm excited. Like, it's going to be neat. I love Twin Peaks. I even like the revival. It wasn't as good. Like, it didn't capture the same feeling, but it was still enjoyable.
I had high hopes for it because it was interesting that it was like, oh, they're going to actually show the White Lodge, which they never did anything with the White Lodge in the first part of the series. And then it got so weird. The whole thing with that Kyle McLaughlin, what's his fucking character's name? Kyle McLaughlin's character,
Agent
Cooper, was in that he was like
the long
mind
hair.
fucked body, and he was like trying to go through the outlets, and like that whole thing went way too fucking long.
Yeah, no, they definitely took.
I want to show you something.
Let me see. Nice, very cool.
Right? Look at
That's
this.
really cool.
Clean place, reasonably priced.
I like it.
Yeah.
Damn good cup of coffee. So yeah.
All right.
Anyway, but that's what I've been doing.
For me,
what you been watching?
I keep saying this every week, but over the last few months, I've watched less and less television, and there's so much shit I want to watch, but I'm really picking and choosing, or I just forget to watch things, and I'm playing video games all night, and I forget to do shit. But of course, I got to say, Doctor Who.
Yep.
Had their series/season finale, depending on how you're looking at this. It was atrocious, that episode. They built up all this hype. They brought back characters from like 40 years ago.
Right.
One character hadn't been mentioned since the early 70s. Like, he was a big deal. He's always been... There's been lore around that character, hearsay, but they never did anything with it. They do the reveal. It looks nothing like what the character used to be. It's something completely different. The Doctor doesn't do anything. He's like MacGyver. Doesn't do anything with guns and weapons and things like that. Somehow has some kind of looked like an 80s glam rock guitar that shot lasers at this thing, pushed that thing back, and going back into this space-time antimatter portal thing. This older character, the Ronnie, who is another Time Lord, more of a evil scientist than a murderous killer than the Master, shows up in this season. Had another regeneration nonsense. You know, where they're separated at the dick, and they if you think I'm making that up there, no, we've got proof that I'll show you that this is how they bigenerate now. Look at this. That's how the Doctor split the last time, at the dick.
Docking Who. Yeah,
Docking Who, exactly. The naked black guy that the showrunner apparently had the hots for. Anyway, they bring back the Ronnie. The thing picks her up and eats her, and she's gone. Like, it's like, what was the whole buildup for this? Most of the storylines, either they're like, oh shit, we want to focus on this thing, but we've got other stuff here. All right, let's just sew all that up real quick and move on. It was so all over the place. None of the build-offs paid off. He was banking too hard on nostalgia because despite what he's been saying, the showrunner, but I'm talking about Russell T Davies, has been saying forever that the audience doesn't know and they have to have faith, and this show is not for you anymore. If you're going to criticize these things, it's not for you. You could go away. And this is I'm reflecting the modern world now, and all. Everybody looks at the UK and go, they're doing everything wrong over there, right? They think they're right, but everyone in the world is like, you're ass backwards. You're doing all this wrong. And he did that with this show. Rushed the whole thing. Over nostalgic. Too many things were brought back that you couldn't even appreciate the fact that they came back, or they were done the wrong way.
Did it feel like it was just shoehorned in because they knew they were ending things? They just had to get as much in as
here's
possible?
The thing. He kept saying for a while, I have it's like, we've already started with scripts for the third season. they called it the third series now, third whatever, because of Disney. They're saying Disney wanted to relabel it. It's technically like the 15th or 16th season of the new era of Doctor Who. It's like, we've got stuff ready for the next season. We have ideas, and this is going to be great. And this is where I've explained over the last few weeks, I was fighting with people online because they were saying when the new season comes, I go, where's your proof? What's the source? I wanted to see it. I'm like, show me. Maybe I missed it. Show me where it was confirmed. Well, the showrunner and the lead actor said that. And I go, they lie all the time. And not just those two. Hollywood lies all the time about projects in the works and things that are happening, because the studios either have no interest in making them or they're balking on the cost or some negotiation thing. So actors, producers, directors lie in interviews and put it out there so that it brings public pressure onto these companies to get this stuff done. Because otherwise they wouldn't have a chance of getting this done.
I mean, the biggest, I would say, biggest example is how they leaked out all that test footage of Deadpool, and people loved it and got Deadpool made.
Right.
That's the reason Deadpool is on screen now, is because they filmed something, couldn't get it funded, and they leaked it.
Because Fox said no.
Fucking worked. Yeah.
And then they put it out there, and then all of a sudden Fox had to say, oh yeah, we have that in the works. They were like, who the fuck leaked that out? The audience was going nuts, like, oh my God, this is happening. And then that forced their hand. And that's the right way to do it.
Correct.
The reason why they were saying all this shit is because they knew BBC was not going to re-sign this thing right now. And they knew Disney has shut up. For the last year, they shot both seasons back to back. That never happens. They rushed to get this Disney deal completed because of the amount of money Disney was investing into this show. When they were like, well, they've got the 2 seasons done and this is going on, all this stuff, what's Disney going to do? Disney still has not said a word if they're continuing their partnership with this, if they're going to re-sign the show, whatever. There's been no Doctor Who stuff in Disney parks anymore. They got rid of it after the first season.
Did he have, because I know with Jodie Whittaker, there was an issue when the merch was coming out that you could tell that the seasons that she was doing stuff wasn't going to be popular because none of the merch was selling.
Yeah, I was going off those the quarterly reports and stuff.
Right.
They were coming in for like Hot Topic and Spencer's and those kind of places that had Doctor Who front and center and all those things. Because the ratings,
Gavin have that? Like, I didn't see anything.
They just put out his. They had late in the first season, they put out his version of the sonic screwdriver, which looks like a doorstop. I call it the sonic shoehorn. It looks like, it looks terrible.
It was a terrible design. I was upset.
They didn't have toys, shirts, any of this other shit. They just announced the week before the finale the new Doctor Who dolls. It looks like a giant Barbie doll size. Him in his outfits and everything like that. It's like, oh, you can get these now. It's like, there's 1 episode left in the season and nobody knows if he's staying here. Why are you putting this shit out now? Because they had no faith in it. Anyway, getting to the point. People were saying, oh, when it comes back, I love this. He's the best Doctor. And there's so much online and so much out there that's saying this is not good. Like I said, he cries all the fucking time. It really takes you out of everything. And anything that is emotional, that should be emotional, because Doctor Who can be very emotional when it's written the right way, and you're like, oh wow, that it makes you think. It was every fucking thing he was crying over. He's over emotional. Well, he's the emotional doctor. He's the one that's advocating for mental health and all this shit. You've already lost the majority of your audience. Your audience is not looking to see real life in this show. It's escapism. They're looking to see this guy that doesn't use weapons but can outsmart everybody, kill entire alien civilizations and all this other shit. And you're doing the exact opposite of this. Well, they kept saying, Russell and the lead actor, they said that it's coming back. They've already getting stuff worked. No, they're not. And I was fighting with people. Other people were fighting with people online. Like, where are you getting this information? Because, look, there was gay agenda with it. There was all this other thing about if you didn't like it, you're racist, or you didn't like him because he's gay, so you're homophobe. They were piling all this stuff up to build a wall, protect him at all costs. That bullshit. And you go, nobody's complaining about him being gay or black with this stuff. I mean, I'm sure there are people that were, but the majority of the people that had a problem with the show were not complaining about that. They were complaining about
not this summer.
No, complaining about, well, it is June. Yes, you're right. So all this being stated, that episode comes out. They kill him off. He's killed off in this episode, unbeknownst to everybody. They've never had a surprise kill off of a doctor. Usually they know if the show's going to go in hiatus or if they're going to cast a new doctor or something like that. They already know who the next doctor is going to be. So the regeneration moments in a series are a big deal because you get to see the one character do his goodbye and the new actor coming in to play the character, his entrance into the whole franchise, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody knew he was going to die. And I'm not even complaining about that. I'm glad he's gone. But I found out later, they had to reshoot a bunch of stuff in the last few weeks leading up to this episode because they didn't re-sign the guy as the doctor. BBC still has not stated that they're continuing with the series. Disney still has not said a word if they're even involved with this anymore. Like Disney just walked away and said nothing. They killed the doctor off because my thought is that BBC and everything really did know the facts that they lost the majority of their audience. The merch was next to nothing. Nobody gave a shit about the show. It was nonstop negative press, no matter how much they were baiting certain factions of the audience to go out there. And it's like, this is support gay rights and trans this and all these other things that they kept shoehorning into all the episodes. Wasn't enough. I'm sorry, maybe in your version of a perfect world, everybody gets along and everybody's okay with everything. Well, that's not reality, and everybody showed. They were down over 50% of their audience left, and they were trying to figure it out. There's I guess what that you can consider a legit media source over in England called Radio Times. It's not like the Sun or Daily Mirror or any of those kind of things. It's, I guess, like the New York Times version of what they have over there, right? Mm-hmm. Kept saying it's like they're trying to figure out some things, and now they're starting to realize that the numbers are down. So was this an example of cramming in a bunch of nostalgia to keep people hanging on? Like because that's what Doctor Who's known for, a bunch of oh wow moments. Yeah, the show really is. But when you have like 17 oh wow moments in one episode, it means nothing.
It loses its impact.
Right. So all this is going on. They can't figure it out. And all these upper echelon news organizations that are protecting this shit, we're saying it's like, we can't figure it out. And it's like, but it might just be cyclical or whatever, but the audience will come back. Everybody that had a problem with this, other bloggers, streamers, people who write legitimate entertainment pieces for outlets, even Substack stuff, if you find that to validate some of your points, these people were saying the showrunner and the lead actor had said from the beginning that if you don't like what we're doing, I'm sorry, there's going to be a lot more coming up on there. This show is not for you anymore. Stop watching. There's clips circulating all over the place on loops where the lead actor is saying, stop watching the show, turn it off and go do something else. Well, what happened? The audience did. Not just in the UK, worldwide.
Everywhere.
They lost over 50-something%. I don't know the exact number, but it was over 50% of the entire audience for a show that's been on for 62 years. You drove the majority of the people away from it because this is what the real world is now. Not in this show. People don't want that shit in this show, and it doesn't make sense. There have been gay characters. There's been other relationships and things like that have been on the sides, been around certain stories, made sense. They weren't front and center. It's like, hey, look at this lesbian couple now. Look at this trans actress. It wasn't like, well, get to the story. It wasn't showcasing all the time. That's what happened here. They fired the guy, or he left because he knew the audience hated him and the BBC was not going to re-sign him. Whatever the reason was, they haven't officially said that. He's gone.
Yep.
They had to force a regeneration. What they should have done at that point is left it open as a cliffhanger. Almost like you see the beam of light, whatever, and then it just ends. You see the credits, and you don't know what's happening. You don't know who he's turning into. Mm-hmm. Does he die? Is this whatever? That would have had people talking, and that probably would have given people a better feeling, understanding, ending to the abomination that has been that series for the last several years. No, they reshot stuff And when they just released what the original ending was, and that one was atrocious too.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
They were all going to go dance it up in the club because they're young, and they were all going to be in some kind of like techno EDM kind of thing. And that was going to be the finishing shots of them just partying, sweating while dancing. Because that's how that doctor started. When we first met him, he had a fucking wife beater and a dress on. They say killed, but it was a dress and combat boots. And he's sweating and dancing it up with the fellas on the dance floor really hard, you know, because he likes to party. That's not the doctor character ever.
He's the party doctor.
Yeah. So this ending, they forced it in there. And then who they regenerated him into was supposed to be another oh wow moment. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this?
But it was a confusing oh wow. Like, it's like, oh.
Here, I have the clip. If you haven't seen it, spoilers. I know most of you don't give a fuck about this show. You just like the fact that I blow a gasket over this thing. Or maybe you hate that I do that too. I don't know. Casey said, "Ooh, this is the first time I've heard that theory, Eric." Yeah, you may be right. I hope so, because I've been losing my mind otherwise that I don't know how to fucking process a lot of this shit. Because you just sit there and it looks, it's like when Krusty lost the rights to Itchy and Scratchy and they put on that Worker and other Russian equivalent thing. And he's just standing there with the cigarette hanging off his lip and he just points to the TV and goes, "What the hell was that?" That's what I was doing with this whole
Parasite.
thing. Yeah. Here's the reshot. This isn't the original. We'll probably never see that footage of the original ending. This was the reshot ending that they put in with the show. Watch this. And that's how it ends. Okay.
I gotta say, the more I think about it, the more I hate it.
Now, if you don't know who this is, that's fine. You don't know who this is actress Billie Piper, who played one of the most famous companions in the entire show's history, Rose Tyler. And she was paired with the 9th Doctor, who was very well loved, and the 10th Doctor, who is like the figurehead of everything Doctor Who now, and that's David Tennant's version of the Doctor. They bring her in as she's a companion. Why is she going to be why is the Doctor choosing the face of a companion to be in there? There's theories that it's really the TARDIS because of an old storyline that I'm not going to go into because it would make no sense if I explained it, but go back and watch it. So the theory is that this is the face of the TARDIS coming through because they had nothing. They have no doctor. They weren't looking for a doctor. Arrogant fuckstick Russell Davies wasn't planning on doing any of this shit, and all this got crammed into the last few weeks because I think the BBC said, you're about to fucking kick rocks. Change this right away. Put something in there that the audience is going to want to. It did bring up discussion. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's not that Rose is back. It's why the fuck is Billie Piper regenerating into the Doctor?
Right.
The other thing is, too, multi-million-dollar budget. They never have had this much money ever for the production of the show until Disney came around. Look at this CGI.
It's bad. I could do better.
It's his body still. It's not even the morph of her in that position where what happens when the actor die, they kill off that version of the Doctor and the actor is leaving. The regeneration happens. All that light comes in there. Then it morphs into the new actor's body. They're wearing the same clothes. That's the whole thing. It's the same person, but they're now in this outfit. Before they discover their outfit for their Doctor, whatever, they're wearing the original Doctor's clothing. They didn't even do this. They didn't dress her up. It would have looked 100 times better had they did this. Look how terrible this CGI is. It's like, look right here. It looks like when you do that circle tool in Photoshop and you took it from one photo and just laid it on top of another and didn't smooth the edges, didn't work it in so it kind of looks realistic. You can tell this was a last-minute hatchet job with this shit.
Legs. I've got legs. Good. Arms, hands. Oh, fingers. Lots of fingers. Ears.
These things.
Like, just fucking...
Still not ginger,
lines.
but whatever. You know?
I don't
So,
want to go.
that finale was atrocious. What I will show you is I decided to recut the finale in a way that I think it works. And I think it drastically improves how this show is ending. Would you like to see it?
I would love to see
Would you
it.
like to see it out there? I know a lot of you are saying no, but I'm just doing it for the show. I am going to play it. Here it is.
We die here today. I love
Just shut up and go!
There it is.
And that's the end of the series.
He's trying to do a big emotional moment. He's like, I just want you all to know. And then she's like, just shut up and go. He goes to regenerate and the TARDIS blows up. End of series. It's done. Let's do it one more time.
If we die here today, I love
Just shut up and go!
There it is.
It's the best ending I've ever seen.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
When I was putting that together, I'm going to brag. I'm going to be a little braggadocious if you would let me do so.
Go right ahead.
I put that up there with those 5-second movie trailers. Do you remember when that was a thing?
Mm-hmm.
The Titanic one, where it just goes, iceberg, dead ahead, hits the ice, and then it goes bloop, like that, and that was it. The boat goes in the water.
The ones they've been doing lately are the, what is it? The Linkin Park song. And then they end it like
the Transformers thing.
I like that.
Yeah, where just something horrific happens and it says produced by Michael Bay or directed by Michael Bay.
So funny.
I want to go back a little bit more and then we'll move on to real stuff here. They usually in the finales or the Christmas specials, because the Christmas specials are a big deal for this
they're
franchise.
some of my favorites.
Right? Like, I'll tell you how big this was. In the UK, even in the days of streaming, this is appointment viewing. Their numbers have never been higher when the Christmas specials come around. People are at home. They gather around to watch this. It got so big, they started putting the Christmas specials into movie theaters. You could go to the movie theater and watch the Christmas specials that would come out on Christmas Day. It was that big. It was like a national institution for the UK. Again, botched and atrocious by this current run of the Doctor. But in those holiday specials, Christmas specials,
Runaway Bride, one of my favorites, actually.
The what?
Donna Noble. Runaway Bride was a
Oh, yeah. Well, she became
one of my favorites.
a regular companion on this thing.
Sure.
The Christmas specials, anniversary specials are also a big deal. For like on the 5 or on the 0, like the 60th anniversary just came and went, so they had 2 doctors, all this regeneration bullshit. They like to bring in another doctor if they can, when it means something. Mm-hmm. So we didn't expect another doctor to be there. Now, at this time in the storyline, there's 2 doctors who live in the same same timeline. It's not supposed to happen, but because they split the dick, that's where they're at. So David Tennant's 14th Doctor and then Shooty McGavin's 15th Doctor exist in the same place at the same time. So you think that this is going to happen, and then you get this surprise. Look at this. The 13th Doctor.
One of the most polarizing doctors hanging out with the newest polarizing doctor.
What up until this current Doctor's run was the worst run in Doctor Who. Now, the difference here, she wasn't that bad of a doctor.
No, it was the writing.
The writing was terrible. Chris Chibnall could never stop rotting in hell for how much he ruined that show. He was the biggest problem with all of that. This run, the writing is terrible, the showrunner's terrible, and the guy playing the Doctor is terrible. Like, it beat out everything during Jodie Whittaker's run. Okay? I'm not saying her run is great now. She was okay. She was fine as the Doctor. She kind of makes sense in a lot of ways as being a character of the Doctor. But some of the storylines that they were
too needy about needing the companions to help her do everything.
A lot of her stories there and there were all rewriting what was canon in the show. Well, it's fiction. We can do whatever we want. Yeah, but should you? That's the thing. People like watching linear stuff. Whatever. They bring her back. Look how pandering this is.
Blimey, you're gorgeous. Your face is absolutely beautiful.
Well, it will be our last one if I get this wrong.
Don't get it wrong then.
All right. There's still more to go. But that bullshit, why was that in there? Again, big gay showrunner, had to have his boy candy in there. Oh, he's so beautiful. Stop!
See how pretty
No
he is?
one's talking like this. Especially in this show. Enough! No one gives a
You're
shit that he's gay. You keep making it a thing. This is why people get upset. And then you're like, oh, all the homophobia online. No, it's because you, asshole. You're forcing this shit to happen. I know what he's doing. He's trolling and baiting on a global scale with this shit. But anyway, two terrible doctors. Here we go.
Bye then. Good luck.
I love you, Doctor.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm already upset.
Yeah.
I've not even seen the whole thing yet.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse.
I love you, Doctor.
I never say things like that.
Yeah, the doctor never says things like that.
That's why you got me.
Yeah, that's why we got you. He's the emotional breakthrough doctor. He's recovering. He's in his feelings.
I'm so mad.
That's why you got me.
I should say that to Yaz.
This pissed me off too. So, in the previous Doctor's run, her companion, they started to make it as like her companion was a Indian or Pakistan. I forget the nationality of the character. From the UK, though. They started putting this thing in here that she was secretly in love with the Doctor. And then you get all the over-emotional, over-excitable fucking idiots online that are all shipping this scenario. It's like, I shipped, and they're making fan artwork about queer love and all this other garbage, and they're all this stuff here. It's like where the Doctor and Yaz are together, and they love each other, and they're finally going to reveal it on the show. They never did. I'll give them that. They never did. That run of that Doctor ended, and people were furious on the other side because the Doctor didn't kiss Yaz, didn't say I love Yaz, didn't say any of that other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a show title that you sent
Yes.
me? Okay, I'll write that down. Casey's telling me she was Pakistani. Okay. They're now retconning this. Because the Doctor never showed that she loved a lot, like that there was a the audience kept trying to force a lesbian relationship with the Doctor and this companion, and it never worked out. Now they're trying to retcon it. It's like, oh yeah, the Doctor really was gay before this Doctor, and she loved her companion. Stop. When that scene, she goes, I should tell Yaz. But here's the other thing. Listen.
I should say that to Yaz.
You never do. But she knows.
Yeah, fuck you. You never say it, but she knows that they. So he's trying to confirm, yeah, they really were a thing, but just because you did, it stopped.
She knows you do, but you're never gonna say it.
You're trying to time travel queerness into the rest of the show. Again, don't have a problem with.
Could be good too.
The what? Time travel queerness.
Queerness could be good too.
I know. I know this is coming off of being like I'm very anti-gay. I'm not. This storytelling, the writing, and the way this is being forced in is just awful.
Bye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Oh,
No.
she went into Cerebro.
When the Doctors usually leave each other whenever they cross paths or whatever, they kind of guy humorly shit on each other. All the time. Like when they walk in and they see the new Doctor's TARDIS, he's like, oh, you've redecorated. I don't like it. And then they explain why everything looks terrible for what the new Doctor has. They do that all the time. It's a long time running gag, and it's hilarious. But then they take jabs at each other. Why this one? I'm better than you, and you're better than me. Is like when David Tennant and Matt Smith did the last anniversary thing. He's sitting there. He's like, "Oh, I'm walking around." He's like with a fez and a bow tie. He's like, "Oh, really? You're wearing sand shoes?" And he's like, "That's what." I guess they call sneakers sand shoes over there. And he's like, "What's wrong with my shoes?" Like that. And they're just going and they're shitting on each other all the time. That's what the Doctor is when they meet other versions of themselves. That's what they do. They don't sit there, I love you, let's embrace, I'm in your feelings. I get all that. Stop with this shit. Long way to go to tell you how terrible the show was and how it just got worse and worse. You were hoping that it would pull out of the nosedive, and they never did.
No.
They never did.
They just leaned into it.
God.
Anyway,
Frankie
what's
Bronson.
out now? No, I was kidding.
Eric, just face it. Never trust the government to improve anything. The BBC is for losers. It really is. It really is just terrible. Casey's saying the doctor isn't supposed to be in a romantic relationship with his human companions. It's just dumb. I've always said the doctor is a couple of things. One, a father figure or a grandfather figure, crotchety old man, but loves the companions in like a father-child kind of way, looks out for them, what have you, wants the best for them. A brotherly kind of relationship, like they're good friends or buddy or whatever, like brother and sister kind of thing. Or there is the companion that loves the doctor, but the doctor never does anything about it. Oh, fuck. I forgot one thing. They threw another thing into there. Time Lords are sterile now. It's like, we can never have kids. We can never. The show started 62 years ago with him and his granddaughter. And now you're saying, I could never have kids. I'm sterile. All Time Lords are sterile. You just ruined 60 years of fucking content. Like, how is this happening? Best thing I ever saw posted was because the showrunner's name is Russell T. Davies, RTD. And it said, the show has gone full RTD. Never go full RTD.
Never go full RTD.
I hate them.
And it sucks because, like, even Eccleston doesn't like Russell T. Davies.
He's been a big proponent for years.
He can't
because people would. There's a clip that goes around for the last decade or so of him at a convention. It's like, what would it take for you to come back and do something on Doctor Who? He's Russell like, fire Russell T. Davies and all his producers around him that are still there to this day. He's like, fire all of them and I'll come back.
Which is hilarious because in that panel he's sitting next to Billie Piper, and him and Piper get along.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like she's sitting there listening to him to rant about it, and she's just kind of like, ugh. And then to see her come back, I'm like, ugh. It's just annoying.
Anyway, so yeah, I watched that and then a bunch of YouTube shit that we don't need to get into. Let's talk about what's in theaters right now and what's available for you to go watch and enjoy. The John Wick spinoff Ballerina opening up this weekend. I don't know if you've seen anything. I haven't seen any good reviews for it.
I haven't looked at the reviews.
And I want it to be good.
I've only seen one trailer for it. Like, I've just kind of avoiding it. It's supposed to take place between 3 and 4. I don't know. I always feel like these are weird. Like, I liked the Continental, that TV show they did. That was cool.
That was fantastic on Peacock.
That was really good.
Yeah,
that was really good. But this just feels weird. So, I don't know. I want to see it, but I'm not going to rush out to go do it, which means it'll be at home in about 2 weeks.
So I want to see Ballerina. Dangerous Animals. Not familiar what that is.
This is like a low budget movie about a woman who's stuck on a boat with a killer. But if she's like a surfer and she's stuck on a boat with a killer. But if you get in the water, there's a bunch of sharks. Like, it's weird. Like, it's just like, it's one of those stupid movies.
Oh, another pot talk
like,
movie. Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Gotcha.
It looks dumb.
What is it? The Phoenician?
The Phoenician scheme.
The Phoenician scheme.
It's a Wes Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
So
I saw that
weird.
clip where, what's his name from Arrested Development walks out with a bomb.
Michael Cera. It's like,
like,
I found this dynamite.
It's like, is this supposed to be here? And he goes, what time is it? He's like, 12 minutes. And he's like, well, we landed 10. We'll be fine.
We landed 10. I'm not very scared. Are you? Like, I love casts in these movies, but they're always weird.
I do watch all the Wes Anderson movies.
Every one of them.
I sit there and I go,
why am I watching?
Even ever since, what was the one where Bruce Willis was a Cub Scout leader? Moonlight Kingdom?
Oh, yeah, that was Moonrise Kingdom.
Moonrise Kingdom, like that. Ever since watching those things, I'm like, all right, I have to watch all of this nonsense now because they look good. There was the one with the Budapest Hotel. Looked fantastic. I liked the way it was shot.
Yeah.
Had zero idea for most of the story continuity. So I was like, all right.
My favorite movie of his is Royal Tenenbaums. Like, to this day, will always be Royal Tenenbaums.
That's the movie I walked out of the theater on.
I know. And Life Aquatic is fun, too, with Steve Zissou.
Maybe. I don't know.
Asteroid City was weird, but yeah, this one looks weird. They just kind of show up. You never know they're being made, and then they just show up. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's a great cast. Nope, don't know what it is.
Before we continue on, Adam Schechter in the chat. And it's like, hey, Eric, do you know anything about the Illuminati? Well, all I can say is there's a reason why we end the show the way we end the show. You'll have to look for that. Out now on HBO Max, Mountainhead, Implosion, the doc. Oh, that's the one about the sub. I want to watch that. Oh, fuck. I know what I wanted to bring to the show and I forgot about it. We'll have to do it next week. I watched the Pee Wee Herman documentary.
Damn it. I still need to watch
Right?
it. I'll watch it and then we can talk about it.
I'm in the documentary.
Are you serious?
Yes. There's a scene where I went, wait a minute. And then there I was.
Was like a were you in the audience in the stage thing where you sent me the thing, or was this like an O&A thing?
Well, there was two things. There's one where he was doing a tour around New York City where he would just, his social media would post something and he would just do a pop-up in a random location.
Love that.
Pee Wee will be here for 20 minutes. Come by, get a photo, say hi or whatever. And it was all in for promotion for the Broadway show that he was doing. That was on the HBO thing. So I'm in the Starbucks in the one thing, and then the other thing is me at the Broadway thing. I'm there.
You better be pulling some clips for next
Yeah,
week.
I have the clips. I forgot to edit it, and I knew I forgot something. But remind me next week. Put it on the thing there about me and the Pee Wee Herman thing, and then I have the HBO special too. I'll get into the whole thing.
That I remember you telling me like you and Matt went to that or something like that.
Matt, myself, Big Kev, Roland. A bunch of other people from SiriusXM. We were all there, and I'm in the ending of the show. There's a thing in the ending where this couple gets engaged in the audience,
right?
And Pee Wee throws out a ring to somebody, and that guy grabs the ring, and then he proposes to somebody in there. So I'm there, but the ring they threw out initially in there went to me, and I have the actual ring. And all of that. So we'll get
it was a happy ending?
Now. I mean, who knows? Broadway, New York used to be a cesspool. Any of those could have been a porno
I remember
theater.
you were clearing a bunch of stuff out, and you actually sent me the program from that. It's like
I think I have a couple more of them. The playbills.
You sent me one of them.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah, the Implosion documentary. I'm gonna watch that. I watched the Pee Wee Herman thing, and then Mickey 17. I know the title. I don't remember why.
It's the one Robert Pattinson where he gets cloned.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Now I do. Over on Disney Plus Hulu, you can watch that abomination of the Doctor Who finale is available on Disney Plus. Right, 28 weeks later, which I think I'm gonna go watch this weekend.
That's the sequel. So,
yes,
yeah,
I haven't seen
the old one.
I only saw the first one, I think.
28 days later. Yeah.
28 days later. And that's the one where the opening scene where he's like driving away in a car and like a neighbor is running, and also it's where all the zombies are super fast, right? Where they're running after
the fast zombies.
So I saw, actually, I don't know if I finished the first one. I think I've seen part of it. But I'll go back and watch all of that stuff. And then also Presence is on there. What is that?
It's like it's a haunted house movie told from the perspective of you're the ghost. I heard it's bad, but I'm going to check it out anyway. But yeah, I haven't heard good things about it.
Over on Netflix, Shane Gillis's series Tires got season 2.
I'm surprised that happened. Like, I liked the first season, but I didn't have high hopes that it was going to be renewed. And
I thought it was funny.
I
thought there was a lot of good, funny moments in there.
Yeah.
So season 2 is available on Netflix. Over on Amazon Prime, The Accountant 2. I haven't watched that one yet. That's the sequel to the Ben Affleck movie, The Accountant, which was the surprise movie.
I enjoyed the
of
first
people
one.
like, holy shit, this was actually good.
Yeah.
And then that Sinners thing you were saying is available on video on demand. Next week, if you got the kids, Pixar new movie Elio, which I'm not seeing any promotion for.
I've not seen one trailer for
Nothing.
it. I've seen nothing.
So
this feels like that the last couple movies that they've done, they've just kind of just brushed under.
And then DreamWorks has another How to Train Your Dragon, the live action.
That one looks good. They've already greenlit a sequel to that already.
Fair enough. All right. Moving on to entertainment news. Jordan, what do we have?
Stranger Things season 5. They did a big promotional thing at Netflix called Tudum, like the noise that it makes on December.
I didn't
May
know
31st.
that till last year. When you told me, I'm
so
like,
this is their,
like, what is Tudum? And you're like, oh, it's the noise that Netflix makes.
You're like,
do you know they made billboards throughout LA?
Did they?
They rotated, and that Tudum were like giant wooden parts of the billboard, so they would make the noise as they fell down as it rotated. Imagine how annoying that is.
But that was really annoying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But this was their showcase to kind of tell you what's coming up, new trailers. I know they showed off a movie that Guillermo del Toro is doing based off Frankenstein, but they showed Stranger Things season 5. The release dates have been revealed. The last possible season is now being split into 3 parts. November 26th is part 1. December 25th is part 2. And then rounding out the year, December 31st with part 3. Now,
hold
Eric,
on. Before you get into that, I want to show you the Tudum thing here. I found
Okay.
it. I haven't done it this way in a long time. So give me 1 second to bring this in. There we go. Okay. Where did it go? It was right there.
don't see it.
That's weird.
You're a liar.
There it is.
Interesting. That can't possibly be real.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it is, I would have killed myself.
There was, I think, 3 or 4. It wasn't a lot of them in certain locations throughout Los Angeles.
Someone should be fired for that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But that was a thing. So I wanted to show you that. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
You have a special announcement trailer that you would like to play.
Oh, yes. So
Season
Stranger
5.
Things season 5. I've been saying that it's been too fucking long. I mean, the last season was pretty good, but it's been too long. The kids are all grown up. It's just, it was way too long to pause between seasons. That who's going to have fucking interest in this anymore?
Right.
And I didn't see the Tudum thing, but you did, or you saw some stuff from it.
Mm-hmm.
Did the audience seem to care?
There was a lot of good announcements. Like, I know people have been talking about Stranger Things and have been okay about it. Like, you know, actually kind of, I think the excitement's coming back. Like you said, the gap has been too long. People starting to kind of forget. I know they've been trying to
The
make
Gap
things
Band?
happen, like little pop
Dropped the bomb
What was
on
that?
me? Sorry, go ahead.
But I think this is going to get that excitement back. Like I said, they made some other announcements about a few trailers for movies that are coming out later this year. But I think last year was actually more exciting. That's when they started doing a lot of the live events. So, but you know, Stranger Things was their tentpole, and they were really trying to push that and get the
Because it was
hype back
a
up for it.
nostalgic thing
Yeah.
for a certain time. Like if you were into Dungeons and Dragons and loved stuff from the 80s, this was perfect for you. And then
Mm-hmm.
it went into weird directions, and then there was just so long between season 3 and 4, and then even longer between season 4 and 5, that the fatigue turned into complete lack of interest. People were done
Yeah.
caring
Oh, I
about
remember
this
the
thing.
next big announcement. They were showing a lot of clips from
the crybaby
newest
kid that
Wednesday. Ugh, yeah, no, we knew. No, it was they were showing Wednesday clips from the new season.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the show that she regrets doing because then
Ugh.
putting her into a schoolgirl outfit and everything is very dehumanizing, and was killing
Yeah,
her
she-
morale and her sense of worth.
Right.
Fuck all of you. You're lucky to get any of this shit. Enjoy it.
Be happy.
Take
you
the
have a
money.
job.
Yeah. If you didn't like the experience, well, you made a ton of money from it. Now go live your life, and it's an ends to a mean. Anyway,
Right.
here's the preview trailer for season 5.
Okay.
Now!
It's showtime.
Shake your body liner.
I mean, if that doesn't get your hype going, I don't know what will. I'm in.
You brought me back in. I'm back.
I'm in for season 5. Good.
All about it.
That's all I needed.
All right. What else is going on?
Oh, let's see. I want to skip this Patty LuPone thing. We'll go over it next week and it'll come up. Disney's laying off hundreds in TV and film entertainment, corporate and financing. Basically, they're hitting some major layoffs. This is on the heels of Tony Gilroy doing an interview about Andor, how they had $650 million to spend. They only did 2 seasons.
That was ridiculous. If that's true,
a lot of money.
Was it 27 million an episode
per episode? Yeah.
Wow.
So
I mean, look, Andor's fantastically done.
I love it.
It's worth the money. If you're going to spend money like that, it's worth the money.
Right. So he did an interview talking about how a Disney exec basically told him that streaming is dead. And then a couple days later, Disney has announced that they're going to be doing major layoffs within the company. Several hundred employees impacted globally. The bulk of them are across divisions of Disney's entertainment, including marketing for both film and television, as well as television publicity, casting, and development.
Yeah.
Also affected are Disney's corporate financial operations. According to sources, the size of the cuts in the TV and film side of Disney Entertainment is comparable. No full teams are being eliminated. The majority of Disney Entertainment television staffers are said to be based in Los Angeles. Deadline is reporting that it's going to continue the coverage. They haven't given a full list of who is impacted, but this is the 4th and largest round of layoffs in the past 10 months that has affected various Disney television operations. They're basically trying to do cost cutting across the traditional media companies and reshape their business to focus on streaming while facing economic headwinds. So, on one hand, they're saying streaming is dead. The second, they're making these cuts so they can focus
Streaming's
on
not
streaming.
dead. Their particular branding is having trouble, but streaming as a whole is not dead. You and I were going over like pre-show meeting stuff the other night, and I said it only recently left the back of my brain that the way everything is done digitally, streaming and all that stuff isn't fairly new anymore. Like going in through whatever that decade you want to call it, the teens of 2010, right? That whole area was when Netflix really came into its own, where they were eliminating the DVD mail service and were doing the streaming stuff. And because Netflix paved the way for that, everybody else started doing their own things. And you would go through that decade and you're like, yeah, well, I'm still holding on to the physical media because not everything's on the streaming services. And there's a reason to have all stuff. Now they don't really make a lot of the physical media anymore. Like if they have a new movie comes out, they'll put out the media. You got to get it through Amazon, or if it's lucky to be on the shelf at a Walmart or Target, that's about it.
Well, and Disney partnered with Sony to be the distributor of all their physical media. So like all their 4Ks, their Blu-rays, all that stuff is now going through Sony media now.
Right.
So Sony's now in charge of that. So they third-partied it.
Getting that out of my mind was just like, well, everything's streaming now. And, you know, if an EDM hits and then all the power grids down in the United States, whatever, yeah, you're kind of fucked. You got to learn to read books and play outside. But it's never going to go away. Having your media and all that stuff is great. If you have it, hold on to it. But going forward, you can't go back to watching shit on television anymore. You can't go back and it's like, oh, Thursdays at 8 o'clock, I got to set the DVR to watch what used to be must-see TV on NBC. You're not setting to record shit like that anymore. Now, the mindset is that, oh, a new episode of Andor is coming out. It comes out every Tuesday. Okay. I don't need to set a recorder to watch it. I don't need to be there when it launches to watch it. Now you know Tuesday, 6 p.m., it comes out. It's in your mindset. It's like when I get home from work and whatever, I eat dinner and everything, then I'm going to sit down and watch it. You have that comfort knowing it's there now.
Right.
You don't necessarily need everything all at once to binge everything. Some people like that. A lot of people are pretty much okay with episodes and stuff coming out every week now. They're back to that mindset, but you can't go back even further to waiting for it to show up on television or reruns or appointment viewing for those kind of things. It's just never going to go back that way anymore. Younger generations never grew up with it. By the time our generation phases out, it won't have ever have been a thing anymore. It's just going to be a little blurb that they read online, and then some kid on whatever the modern version of TikTok or something like that is going to say, hey, did you know people used to have VCRs? Like they discovered the fucking scientific fact of that.
I've seen that with cars and like tape decks.
Yeah. So this whole mindset of everything streaming now, saying that it's like, well, streaming's dead, whatever. It's just like what SiriusXM is doing. where they're sitting there. It's like, well, we're not worried about the app and that stuff anymore. We're just going to focus on the people that are subscribing that have the radios in their cars. By the way, latest update for SiriusXM, they're fucked even more. More research information came out. There's 125 million vehicles that have SiriusXM capable radios in there. 125 million.
Okay.
Maybe 33 million are actually subscribed.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that's bad. So it's like you're saying, well, we're only going to cater. We're not going to worry about streaming. We're only going to cater to the to primetime television, between 8 and 11, and on the 4 major networks. That's where we're going to focus our attention on. Okay, well, your business model is going to be dead and gone in sooner than later. But that's the mentality. I can't imagine Disney has that mentality for this. That streaming's a thing. It's not. Because even if adults aren't watching it, every kid is either using... Because Netflix Kid Division has been growing by leaps and bounds. I mean, they've had stuff like... what's that really annoying one? Cocomelon.
Oh.
Cocomelon. Gabby's Dollhouse is a huge hit for them. They just got the rights to Sesame Street. Because it was just dead and buried on HBO. It's going to Netflix now. It's a big deal. So you got kids that have Netflix. You have kids that are streaming everything Disney on Disney. Those things will never go away. I don't know where their fucking mindset is. Or that guy could just be speaking, out of turn on this. He thinks that's what the company's doing because he's probably getting fired. I can also tell. Did you have anything else with the Disney? Because I have another thing that probably is what is leading up to all these firings at Disney.
No, not for Disney, no.
Did you see the leaked footage? For or some of, when you see leaked footage of a movie when they don't have all the CGI stuff in there.
Yeah, I've seen actual, I've been to screeners for that kind of stuff.
Right. So you see the placeholders, or you get the concept art inserted into the reels, the footage, whatever. This is one of those things. Did you see that part of Avengers Doomsday got leaked?
No, I've seen someone sneak into a set and take some footage, but I've never seen any behind the scenes stuff yet.
So this is somebody with a phone on a monitor.
Oh no!
Watching this stuff, we have it. I want to see what your thoughts on it.
Okay,
here we go. So if you don't want any spoilers for this, I would suggest tuning away now. No, sit here and suffer.
No, watch it with us.
Yes, exactly.
If I have to suffer, so do you.
So here we go. This is from Marvel's Avengers Doomsday.
Pierce the shield I so carefully and costly built.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That is the stuff. I had the zoomed in version because that one was a little harder to do. But you can see, because a lot of the stuff's animated CGI and everything's concept art, so they don't have the full voiceovers for all that shit. Where did it go? Avengers. Oh, there it is. That's why.
Such a large buildup.
No, I zoomed it. Yeah, I know. I'll edit it in post, so then it won't have that issue. Here we go.
Pierce the shield I so carefully and costly built. For what? You wish to be barren of the taste? Very well. I will permit you to keep the hoard if you can find your faith. Call it an endowment of goodwill. If not,
you offer me a gift. Me, you forget I was a god as well. The Infinity Gauntlet gave me that power. And when I was a god, I did not use those powers as a mortal would, as you have, saving what you can.
Very epic.
No, I wielded them as a god should, in judgment of all living things. You are a weak god, a pretender. It is you who should bow before me.
And do you have an Infinity Gauntlet now?
I do not. Yet I remain Thanos, the great tyrant. And for you, that will be enough.
That appears untrue.
No, that would be cool.
Gods. There are no gods. There is only doom. Soon, everyone bows to doom.
Everyone!
Damn. It's gonna be some. There's gonna be some deaths. Someone's gonna be dying.
I gotta say, if they're really going to lean more into the R-rated versions of Marvel, I mean, at this point, why not? Because your other movies aren't doing well. And I thought Thunderbolts was good. I like the dark direction that they did.
Thunderbolts was a financial just problem for Disney.
Right.
Like it was like everyone loved it.
It
didn't make money.
It just, they have no other choice. They saw how well Deadpool did. Lean into more of the R-rated Marvel stuff. And if that's what they're doing, if Doomsday, because none of these they're not finished and they don't have ratings yet.
No.
But to see that kind of shit where you're just yanking the fucking skeleton out of people, almost like, was it Final Fantasy?
Mortal Kombat.
Well, no, I know Mortal Kombat, but Final Fantasy had the thing where it would take the souls out of people, right? Anyway, we'll go with Mortal Kombat then. Yeah, but that kind of thing. Yeah, you want to see that kind of bloodshed? Because I think the Doomsday
Spirits Within.
I think the Doomsday story is like Infinity War and Endgame. I think Doomsday is another where the villain wins.
I think so too.
And
you're
then
gonna lead into like
Secret Wars is where everything reboots and all that other shit. I mean, based off the comic stuff or whatever. But anyway. Thoughts? It looks cool, right?
Like, I think they need to go a little bit more heavy. I think so. It's going to be good. I just don't know.
Hulk beats the shit out of Thing.
Well, I'm thinking they're going to probably bring Hulk back. His son, which was a weird thing to throw in the back of She-Hulk.
His son reminds me of. Remember when Green Giant Vegetables brought his kid Sprout into the commercials? It's like, well, we got to get kids. Kids aren't going to eat your fucking vegetables to begin with. Stop trying to make it a thing by putting an animated son. Whatever.
I know. Moving on to other losses. Warner Brothers Discovery lost $11.5 billion with a B billion dollars in 2024. Revenue dropped 4.8% to $39.3 billion. The company posted a staggering $11.5 billion net loss, largely because of the $9.1 billion goodwill impairment charge that reflected the lower valuation. So basically, stock fell, TV sucks, they made terrible choices, but on the backs of that, David Zaslav, the CEO of this Warner Brothers Discovery, is going to get a 4.4% pay bump to total compensation of $51.9 million from last year, including a cash bonus of $23.9 million and a $23.1 million performance-based restricted stock grant. The good thing is that the shareholders and the stockholders met on the 2nd, a couple days ago, and voted down that
unanimously.
Said, no, thank you. You don't get that.
Fuck off.
You fucked this over. This is on the heels of them announcing that they're going back to the old logo of HBO Max, the old coloring, everything. And
that last Looney Tunes movie, rave reviews, not even from major outlets, but the audience all said this is what Looney Tunes should have been doing. This was good. They didn't promote it. It was in the theater for what, a week?
2 weeks, yeah, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Frankie Bronson saying, it's Jordan, it's inflation. The guy is struggling.
Right. So if you guys want to, like, anything that you guys donate tonight, we're going to be sending to David Zaslav or his Lego fund to make sure he survives his harrowing times at Warner Brothers.
Screw them. Fuck him. Get rid of Discovery. Get rid of that guy. All that shit. Sell Warner Brothers. Just sell the library to another company that would appreciate it and could actually do something with it. I would love to see Looney Tunes get under the Disney umbrella.
That'd be cool.
They would actually do something with it. Because then if you had the
Give me
Disney
Roger
stuff,
Rabbit too.
You have your Disney stuff, you have your Disney franchise, you have your Pixar stuff. Now you've got the Warner library with their vast world of characters, you start bringing that stuff back.
That would be awesome.
Be fantastic.
That would be awesome.
Just noticed in the chat here, Ryan just joined. Did you cover the new Station Mate yet? Yes, we did. And we are, again, I'll take this time to welcome Cream Pie and Conti in the morning. Our pals Garrett and Steve, now part of the iHeartRadio podcast network.
So nice. So nice.
One other thing I saw here, it's Adam Schechter said, you should make sure to be with Jim at the monthly shows with Anthony. You really added to those shows. Well, I'll tell you something, my friend. Who knows? Who knows?
You know who knows how to do something right? Taylor Swift. She went ahead and
sell
back
your
the
shit
rights.
twice? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so she bought back the rights to her master recordings of the first 6 albums. She now controls her entire music catalog after she bought those 6 albums. She, quote, "I'm trying to gather my thoughts into something coherent, but right now my mind is just a sideshow as a flashback sequence of all the times I daydreamed about, wished for, and pined away for a chance to get to tell you all this news." She said on her website, "I almost stopped thinking it could happen after 20 years of having the carrot dangled and then yanked away, but that's all in the past now." Back in 2019, she lost the rights to her first after her first record label, Big Machine, sold her entire catalog at the time to executive Scooter Braun, which was a big ordeal. Then in June 2019, she called it the worst case scenario and accused Braun of years of incessant manipulative bullying. The masters were then sold again to the investment firm Shamrock Capital. The firm said in a statement Friday that it was thrilled with this outcome, and we are so happy for Taylor. Braun denied bullying the singer, telling Variety in 2021 that he offered to sell her the catalog back, but her team refused. In a statement, he said this past Friday, "I'm happy for her." So she re-recorded everything, make a ton of money on Taylor's version, and now every version is Taylor's version, bilking all you little Swifties out of all your hard-earned dollars. So go fuck yourselves. Good for her, but whatever.
Yep.
But she also just finished up her big tour. I think she was touring for almost 2 years straight, made a ton of money. It's the highest paid concert ever made.
She didn't have to do anything with the rest of her life to begin with. And after the last the bleed over of 23, 24, football boyfriend, all that other shit, got their catalogs back. So she's, again, sold everything to you twice and gets double the royalties because depending if Taylor's version or the regular version plays on stations.
Yep. So we're running long, so we're going to end the show with some really good news.
Oh, wait. Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is it this?
And we'll be seeing you. Bye-bye. And we just end it.
Tequila.
Okay.
No, Phasmophobia. We reported last week that we are getting some new content for Phasmophobia. That made you very, very, very happy. Well, this week they announced that Phasmophobia is being worked on at Blumhouse to adapt it to a feature film. Blumhouse Productions has set the sights on another horror video game franchise to adapt based on Phasmophobia. The film adaptation will be produced by Blumhouse and Atomic Monster in association with Kinetic Games, who puts out the game. No distributor or release date has been set yet. They did a big announcement this past Tuesday talking about things that they're putting out. This is just one of 2 video games that they've put out lately. Five Nights at Freddy's is actually getting a sequel later this year, and they are buying back the rights to the Saw movie franchise. So Lionsgate is no longer going to be producing Saw. Blumhouse is taking over it, which brings it back in the hands of James Wan, who is in
who's running DC currently. Oh, no, wrong guy.
No, James Wan was doing DC stuff, and then they got rid of all that
no,
stuff.
I meant James Gunn.
No, different James.
Wordplay humor.
Wordplay. So yeah, we're getting a Phasmophobia.
I don't know how they're going to do it because Phasmo has really no story. It's you're investigating houses, you're getting evidence to find out what the ghost is, and then you leave. It's not like you capture the ghost, contain anything. That's all it is. It's just you go and investigate and you go, oh, it's that, and you leave. There's no story, so I don't know
It's
what
just a bunch of reverse exorcisms the whole time.
Oh
It's
my
gonna be
God,
great.
that would be that's the sequel.
You're shooting ghosts into people.
You're channeling, you're going into houses to make them haunted.
That's a new game. It's Haunted House Creator, where you have to go into a nice suburban house and you're just shooting ghosts into people.
No, it's like Typhoon Lagoon or the Roller Coaster Tycoon, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. Yeah, your own Sims
Haunted
version.
house.
You're building haunted houses and channeling demons to possess those people living in the houses.
Right.
Oh, that would be fantastic if they could. Oh, Jared the Geek, $5. Krusty Burgers for Eric. There we go.
There you
Starting
go.
my Lego fun now.
There you go.
Got to take all that away from Jordan. All right, we went too long. What we've been doing on the YouTube channels and stuff is segment 2 is its own thing now. It's not like we're putting the whole show together and it's just like, no, this show's like 3 hours. Yeah, well, you get segment 1 is that and segment 2, and I think people are liking that better. That they could split it up, breaks it up a little bit easier for them to do all of that stuff. That being said, we have to get out of here. It's time to do the plugs. The music hits, and Jordan, our nation's eyes turn to you.
Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, all that fun stuff. Come check me out at Jinx Ronin, Twitch at Jinx Ronin79. I've been trying to start streaming a little bit more, so I've got some video game footage up there. I'm gonna try to see if the Switch 2 can do any of this kind of stuff. If I could do that, I might try to do some Mario Kart. You guys can check that out. If you've got an Amazon subscription, you're already paying for it. Go over to Twitch. If you've got that, use your free Twitch subscription. Check us out at It's Eric Nagel. Use the little icon. Get yourself a free month. Help the show out. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and we appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for doing that for me and for the show and everything else related to this abomination of a program. It's Eric Nagel across the board on all the social medias. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, you're the one, but do us a kindness and put us in the first position on the presets. It does help us out over there. If you're on Apple and Spotify, you could go over there and do us a kindness. Leave us a positive review. It does help out the program in a lot of different ways. If you want to join us live each and every week, you can head over to our live rooms on Twitch and on YouTube, all under It's Eric Nagel. You can like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. It's free for the time being. Or is it? I don't know. I haven't been over there in a while. But go over there, log in, subscribe yourself, and you can find out when we're live. You can come in and hang out, throw your money around to... apparently, we're funding Jordan's Lego obsessions. So that's where we are at this point in our lives. And if you can't do any of that stuff and you just want to watch things when you're available and ready to do so, all the shows, videos, clips, all of that stuff is available on the YouTube channel under It's Eric Nagel. So I think that's it. We're done, right?
I believe so.
Thank God. This was a long day. Had a lot to get to.
Hungry.
A lot of new stuff introduced today. A lot of new things discovered. And that's about it. All right.
Very happy.
So until the next time, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
We'll be seeing you.
It's Eric Nagel.
I can't think of the finish. That's strange, and I can't think of anything else.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.